the reason that it's awkward that when you see yourself on video, right, is that it's because you're looking at yourself from a different perspective, right? Same thing for when you hear yourself, okay? When you hear yourself, your voice and your air, your trachea here, make vibrations, and then those vibrations travel up this way to the inner eardrum, and then your vibrations in your inner eardrum get translated by your brain, right? And so that's why it sounds that way, okay? The other side here is that when you speak into a computer or recording device, then it records on the computer, and then the speaker and the sound is coming from here, right? So the sound wave goes to your ear, then vibrates your eardrums, then gets translated by your brain. So you always sound different, right? You always sound different on recording, and so that's why it's weird, okay? All right, you'll get used to it, right? It's normal, okay? All right, cool. All right, I'm really hoping this works here. Oh, this is taking a long time. Okay, guys, this is usually a lot faster for me. Let me just double check here. And then we'll go into the other structure. All right, you guys are probably getting hungry. Yes? Yes, are you getting hungry?
Yes.
Oh no. Okay, all right. All right. This is taking a long time. Come on. Look, wait. No, okay, all right. Okay, I have to wait. It's okay. We'll continue on with this one here for now. Okay, all right. So we have here what, so what, and what's next. All right, let's practice this a little bit here, okay? Let's go with here. Do you enjoy giving and receiving gifts? Why or why not? Right? And so I would just, if we think about going on autopilot with this answer, right, it means that we're just trying to follow through with either PEA or what, so what, and what's next. Okay? So for this one here, I would say what, the topic, right? It's giving and receiving gifts, right? Enjoying those things, right? So I start with, I really, really enjoy receiving gifts. I'm terrible at giving gifts, right? I'm terrible at giving gifts. And then I go into so what? Why is it important for the listener to listen to me, right? Then it means that I have to explain my point, right? I got to explain my point. So the next part here is that I enjoy receiving gifts because I never expect them, right? I never ever expect gifts at all. And so it's really surprising anytime that someone gives me a gift. I'm terrible at giving gifts, right? I'm terrible at giving gifts because I always forget, right? I always forget my brother's birthdays and like anniversary days and things like that. I'm terrible at these things, right? Then I think of what's next, right? What's next? I hope someday I get better at giving gifts, right? And then boom, I'm done, right? I'm in and out, okay? And so that's a way to use this template here, okay? All right, who usually gives you gifts? Min, your parents usually give you gifts, yes? Okay, all right, so that's the topic. My parents usually gives me gifts, right? And so now you can choose, right? You can go with what, so what, or you can go with evidence, right? And in this case, evidence is gonna be easier, right? All right, so what's the evidence of your parents giving you gifts?
My parents always take care of me so well by treat me with a full food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, and then so that would be the evidence of it. And then that's what's the analysis, right? The analysis would be maybe, why do your parents do this?
Because they love me.
Boom, done, right? Okay, all right, now make a full answer, okay? All right, who usually gives you gifts?
My parents.
Full answer, make a full answer.
Oh, my parents give me the gift. As you can see that they always give me a lot of food because of loving that they have for me.
Boom, see, nice and smooth, okay? All right, that was PEA format, and it was nice and smooth, in and out, 3-4 sentences, okay? All right, next one here, who do you give gifts to? All right, who do you usually give gifts to? Your little sister?
Actually, the person that I often give the gift is the member of family, such as my father, mother, and my little sister in many occasions, such as New Year's, to make the card, or birthday, or Songkran festival. we give the special present in every occasion to present our love for each other.
Okay, and that was your analysis at the end. Okay, so what I heard in her answer naturally was that she was going through P, E, and then A, right? And so the point was that she normally gives gifts to her family, right? Her father and such, right? The evidence was everything that you said about when and why, right? And then your analysis was your opinion about how it's good for your family. You see, right? Nice and organized, very clean. Okay, in your country, when do people usually give gifts, right? Pinusada? Sorry, I'm sorry about my pronunciation. All right, yes, try. In your country, when do people usually give gifts? Oh, yeah. Oh,
Sorry.
no problem.
In Thailand, people usually give in some special occasion like a birthday, um, maybe for congratulation situation like a graduate from university.
Okay, all right. Now you are halfway into your evidence, right? You're halfway into your evidence now. And you can choose whether or not to give more evidence, or you can move into your analysis, right? So like, I guess one option would be like, for example, when I graduated, go ahead. For example, when I graduated.
For example, in my graduation, my friends and my family give me so much gift,
Okay.
like a flower.
Yes, yes. And then now, what do you think about this whole situation?
Sorry.
And now, what do you think about this whole situation? What's your analysis? Right? What's your opinion of getting gifts on graduation?
Can you give me some example? Like
Sure, no problem. It's where your first point was there are many like birthdays and congratulations to give gifts in Thailand, right? Then after that, you gave an example where it was when people graduate, right? And then you said, when I graduated, I got lots of gifts from my friends. You know, I think an example that I would use in this case would be, I think it's great that many people receive gifts when they graduate because they're just students and they have nothing, right? So it's a good time to get gifts, right? Like this. And that would be something that I think about the whole situation, right? And then remember that this is a little bit of the macro view, right? For part 3. So you have to show a little bit of what you think on a broader level, right? Where it's connected to you and then it's also connected to society, right? Yes, does that make sense? A little bit, yes, yes. I don't expect you to understand 100% of it right now, right? It's just where what you should take away from this is that when I have part 3 answers, they will ask me a question. I will address the topic. I will give evidence for the topic and why I believe this, right? And then after that, it will be, I'll give my analysis, which is my opinion, right? And then you will try to add your opinion or analysis on a macro level, right? Which is like on a societal level or community. It just means beyond you, Kev, right? Just beyond you. That's all you have to do. Does that make sense? Yes. And then it's a little easier pattern to follow, right? Especially for many people who are like, you know, I never thought about this question before, and then they have to think about what to answer, right? Because it happens a lot, right? It happens a lot where there are thousands of prompts and they ask you questions like this where like, you know, nobody asked you in your life probably ever, right? Like who usually gives you gifts, you know? And so that's where you can follow this kind of flow to help you with these answers. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay, cool. All right, excellent. All right, good. Okay. I think this should be ready by now. We're good. Okay. All right. Got birds singing at their house, by the way. Who's got birds singing at their house? I think it's your house. Do you have birds singing at your house? Yes?
it's not. I think not my house.
It's not you? Oh, who is it? Who's the
It's not
person?
my. It's not my.
Is it Om's house then?
No.
No? What is Is it your house?
Yes, maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe
Okay,
my
great.
house.
Right. It's like it's so nice about like we're having an online class here and I hear that. Yes. Okay. All right. Here we go. We are ready. Okay. Let me just find the portion of the video here. It was towards the end here. Okay. Here. All right. We are looking for 3 improvement points for each person. Okay. Sorry. Say what?
Can you show up the question, please?
Oh yes, my bad.
Thank you.
Okay, that's the prep time. All right, you're welcome, Min. Okay. All right. Okay, this is important to you. We're going for 60 seconds. All right, here we go. Important to you. We're going for 60 seconds. All right, here we go. All right. Okay, so the first thing I have to say when we go into this, guys, is that you are disconnecting yourself from yourself. Okay, you are not really focusing on every single thing that you're saying. You are only focusing on 3 things to improve the next time you do this. Is that clear, ladies? I'll take it. Okay, I can't see the screen, but I'll take it. I think it's clear. All right, here we go.
Who's first?
Mm-hmm.
Me?
Yep, no pressure.
Oh.
Mhm.
I would like to talk about my gift that is very important to me. Last July, I got the strawberry cake from my parents, and the cake is very soft and sweet, and it really impressed me because this one is my favorite dessert, and it also melt in my mouth. This birthday is very special for me because I never got 10 the birthday cake before, and in the period of the year I have rarely met my family with the COVID-19 situation. Moreover, I have a lot of work, so I'm not usually come back to see my family. This birthday is the special opportunity for me and my sister to meet up together and talk together. The strawberry and moreover, when I have seen this cake, I feel over the moon because I really love to eat the dessert, and this cake will fulfill not only my energy but also my heart.
Nice. I like the not only. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So, Min, how do you feel about watching yourself?
I'm okay. It's okay.
You're okay.
Yeah.
You feel all right. Okay. Good.
Yeah,
All right.
and found a
Let's
lot
look
of
for a few
things.
improvement points.
You
found a lot of things.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. What do you think are your improvement points?
I shared more paraphrasing about the vocabulary that I use in the introduction, such as important. I should
Paraphrase.
paraphrase to another word.
Let's see here. One of the most important things here. Okay, all right. Paraphrase in the beginning. All right, so we have the original phrase. One of the most important things to me. And then this one here is going to get replaced with whatever you need. All right. What would be a good way to rephrase this? For me, what would I upgrade it to? You have an option to use the word precious. Right. That would be one of the easiest fixes. Right. Is you switch out important for precious. Right. That would be one of the easiest. Right. Other ways that I would do this would be, we have the most critical. I guess that would be an upgrade to important, right? But in this case here, I would use the word sentimental. And I think this is going to be for everybody, right? Sentimental, sentimental values, sentimental factors. All right, so if you want to really try to go for the 7-up, right? 7-up, okay? You're going to be trying to work in like 3 to 4 syllable words, right? And anything with emotional value, ladies, is going to be with sentimental value. Okay, sentiment or sentimental value. Okay, all right. Jenny, will you please say sentimental value?
Sentimental value.
Okay, perfect. All right, Pinusada.
Sentimental.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Sorry. Could you please explain sentimental value to me, please?
Sure. This is emotional value. Emotional value. Right, and it's this here. My wedding ring is the only gift from my father. It's the most sentimental value to me. Okay, and then I'll translate it for you as well. Okay? Good question. Okay, all right. Yes, sentimental value here in Thai. All right, and so yes, it's an emotional value. Almost everything that you guys said today, talking about gifts, you can use the word sentimental value, right? In many of these experiences that they ask you about, you can use this word too, right? Sentimental, right? With like artwork or video or culture or movies, anything like that, anything that has emotional value to you, and you say, this has so much sentimental value for me, or to me. Okay, all right. Okay, let me see here. That was one improvement point. All right. The second one I would do for you is going to be moreover, right? Moreover, and then you can swap that out for additionally. Okay? You can use that for additionally. Yeah, moreover, you used it like 2-3 times. It's a common one. I think that's great. But we go with additionally. We got furthermore. That's much better. Furthermore. Yeah, let's go with those two for now. Yeah, using additionally and furthermore as part of your range code, right? And then we have conclusive words. This would be the third point, improvement point for you, conclusive words. For me, I like as a result. I also like therefore. Then I don't like this one this much, but if you can remember it, it's good, right? In conclusion, right? These are good places to add stuff from your writing into the way that you speak, but it has to be smooth. That's really important, right? It's got to be smooth. You got to be familiar with using it. Okay, all right, okay, good. Moving on to the next one. All right, good. Here we go. But also part at the end. Okay, all right, that was 5 for that. By the way, you can. All right, don't be shy. I'm ready for the next. All right, go. This is a face of a lady ready to go. Okay.
But cannot record the best gift that I had. For the best gift that I had for this year, I would like to talk about my new iPad that I just bought for last month. I give this one because I bought this one because I decided to watch the electronic device to make me inconvenient to prepare for studying master degree, and for I'm sorry I cannot answer.
Okay, all right, I got one more. Oh, okay, all right. Oh, sorry. Okay, all right. Jamie, don't make that face. All right, don't make that face. All right, yes, don't make that face. All right, that's the face of a lady being too hard on herself. Okay, all right, here we go. Okay, we have here Jamie improvement points. Improvement points. I got one. I don't want to forget it. Forget it. All right. We got number one here is going to be, we got convenient, convenient, and then let's give you the word efficient now. Okay, all right, you know the word efficient, right?
Yes.
And I think using the word convenient is great, right? However, let's try to be a little bit more professional, right? And let's go with convenient and efficient, right? Convenient and efficient. You did talk about a lot of work factors with your iPad. And so I think being efficient is very, very helpful for you. Okay, all right, yes, using the word, and you say convenient and efficient, right? Convenient and efficient. And the way that natives say this one, guys, right, is that we always connect everything. So it sounds like this: convenient and efficient. So this T, right, it connects to the and, right? So when I say here, efficient. So whenever natives, we say this, right, we do link the T and the A here just a little bit. So we say convenient and efficient, convenient and efficient, and it makes you sound very smooth. Okay, all right, ladies, go ahead and try it. Min, you're first. Convenient and efficient.
Convenient and efficient.
Efficient. Okay, good. All right, I could hear the T a little bit. That was good.
Convenient and efficient.
Oh, nice. You sound like a British lady. Okay, good. All right. Pinoy?
Convenient and efficient.
Oh, good. And then try this one here. Convenient and efficient. Convenient. And then it's like a 10 efficient. All right, you try again.
Convenient and efficient.
Oh, okay, we got Jamie here. Okay, all right, you try one more time. Pinatida, correct.
Convenient and efficient.
Excellent, good. Okay, all right, good.
The question, sorry.
Sorry.
For my new iPad, it look like a normal notebook, but it's very more convenient.
And then we say convenient and efficient, right? Right, like a native, you say it's very convenient and efficient. You try.
It's very convenient and efficient.
Excellent.
I would like to say it look like normal notebook, but it's more I'm sorry.
Okay, all right, don't focus on that part. Okay, I got another one for you. All right, let's see here. We have I would like to. You have this phrase, very good. And then let's increase your range, right? Increase your range. Use I would love to sometimes. Love to sometimes. All right. And so this is going to be another thing that will slowly increase your range just a little bit, right? Is that you can play around with using I would like to. That's very professional and good, right? And then sometimes when you feel passionate about it, then you use your voice and you say, I would love to, right? Yes, I would love to be more efficient at work, right? Okay, good. No, it's okay. No apology necessary. No, okay. No apology somebody's there. You can turn off your camera if you like. Oh, good.
It looks like more convenient, and I use it every day. And how to use it? It's just like a normal phone for iPhone. I use it every day for both study and work. And the reason this is very important for me because when I work and I can take note every time that I want, and I won't miss the important thing for my meeting, something like this.
Okay. That's so good. All right, that last part was actually good. Yeah, that was the only other thing that I said is that don't end with something like this. All right. And then you're fine. Okay, all right. It's actually a pretty good answer, ladies, right? Like, what do you think? It's not bad. Okay, it's not bad at all, right? But try not to end with something like this, right? This category here would be things like Oh God, it's so hard to practice, but it's where you're removing things where you say something like this, and then also removing right? I have a hard time with this one, Cup, right? And like the best way that I do it is instead of saying you try to say nothing, right? And it's really hard, right, until you get into the practice, right? But yes, don't focus on doing it too much right now. But yeah, it's where you have other ways to conclude your answer. And the better point for this I'll add is always know when you're going to finish. All right. And this is connected to like, I don't know if any of you ladies are in sales, right? But there's a philosophy in sales where it's the ABCs of sales, right? And it means always be closing, right? Always be closing. And so the concept here is that as you're going into your speech, as you're going into your answer, you have a sense of how much time is going by, right? And then you're thinking in your mind as you're speaking, when am I going to finish up? And like, what point am I going to finish on, right? And that will prevent something like this happening. Something like this, okay? All right, that's my fault. I'm sorry. I use it a lot too, all right? Okay, something like this, something like that. I don't know, something like this, okay? All right, yes, I'm not making fun of you. I'm making fun of myself. Okay, here we go. Next one here. Range of vocabulary. Don't take it too badly because this is probably one of the first. Who do I choose? And three.
The gift me for my birthday.
Next, please. Is that okay?
The best gift I ever received was this my dad gave me for my birthday 10 years ago.
Right. It's so weird looking at yourself, huh? Right? Okay. All right. Here we go. I'm writing your first point here for you. All right. Number one here is going to be present perfect. Present perfect. The best gift I have ever received is da, 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 da. Okay. All right. Now with this sentence pattern, Cup, right? Sentence pattern is that they will allow you to make a few. They will allow you to make a few mistakes, right, in grammar. And it's only if it's like about 20 or 30% of the time, right, in a few of your sentences. So grammar is going to be something you focus on, but it's not the thing that is the most important thing, you know? Like if you make 3 mistakes, your score goes down. Don't think of it that way, right? Being smooth is much better. And so this improvement point here is that generally, they will always ask you about an item from the past, right? That's the general topic, right? Some item, a gift, a car, an idea, something that somebody gave you, right? And so when you use the present perfect here, it's going to be subject, right? I have the best gift, right? And then you have your I have ever. That's the part that always stays the same, right? And then the received is the one that you can change, right? You can change the verb there, right? So here's an example here, right? The best kiss I have ever gotten is da, 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 like that, okay? Or if I say like the best artwork I have ever seen is da, 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 right? Or the most terrible museum I have ever gone to is, right? And so it's where the sentence structure looks like this, right? And the only things that you really need to change are this word and this word, okay? All right, and that will be your first improvement. Excellent.
When I was 16, at first time the voice came with a clear screen and yellow strap. But now I have to change it step 40 times because since I have been using it every day, and the skin is so dirty now. This tip is so important to me, so I always use it every day. I always feel like my dad go with me everywhere and every time. Moreover,
So I just want to point out right here, ladies, that as soon as she said it was dirty and I laughed and she started telling the story, please notice that it got a lot smoother right there. Okay.
my dad often teach me that time is invaluable and don't waste it. So this what is the truth that let me feel like about his teaching. Thank you so much.
All right. Yes. So much smoother right after that one part there. Okay. So we're going to go with your number 2 feedback point is don't stress out. Don't stress out. Tell the story. Right. Remember the words and interaction with people. You will have no problem speaking. Cool. All right. I think that's one of the main improvement points from there. Okay. Number 2 here is going to be, there was one grammatical thing.
It's so dirty now. But now I have to change it step 40 times because since I have been using it every day.
14 times because since I have been using it every day. I think that's correct. Hold on. Did you say because?
Every time because since I have.
There it is. Okay. All right. There it is right there. Okay. All right. Okay. Sorry about the lag, ladies. I apologize. I'm recording and streaming and showing the video at the same time. All right. Okay. The third improvement point is a very easy one. Okay. All right. Is that for this point here, just pick one cup, right? Just pick one. Because means almost the same as since in this sentence, right? And so you can pick one or the other one, right? So it'll be, I've changed it 14 times because I have been using it every day, right? Option 2, I have changed it 14 times since I have been using it every day, right? And I know that this can be a little bit confusing, Kep, because when you learned it on the worksheets, they probably said time, right? Connected it to time, right? And that's why it's confusing, like since 2008, you know? So I'll clarify a little bit, is that you can use since as because, Kep, right? Since as because. And so you say, I have changed it 14 times since I have been using it every day. Clear? Yep. Okay, those are your improvement points. All right. Okay, and then I'm also going to tell you the same thing I told Jamie. Don't make that face. All right. You got to always disconnect yourself from this because it's a really good way to practice. It really is. Okay. All right. Confident cup, menjai cup, menjai cup. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right.
Been important, valuable.
A few key things that were really good about her answer. About your answer was that you remembered what your dad told you, like a very each of the books, right? Like very natural. Great the quotes. Lots of things. All right. You do not have to focus on that part.
She is it from my list. And the best gift that I ever had in my life is my birthday card. I received from my little sister in my 5 years birthday. She was a
All right. Let's see. I have the first one for you already. Okay. All right. So we have some improvement points. Okay, all right. So your grammar for the first part of your answer was excellent. It was actually really smooth. And it was because you had a chance to write it down, right? And I thought that was really, really good. Okay. And so let's go with rebuilding the sentence, right? The best gift I have ever received is a letter from my little sister that I got when she was 2, right? That was a sentence, yes? All right, close to it. Yeah, close to the sentence there. Okay, and so like when I look at the sentence and I was listening to your answer, right? It's that I heard a few pauses in between each part, right? But if you take a moment to think about what you will say, all right, so it's that it's a gift to your sister or the letter, got it 2 years ago, and then you say it, all right? And you're trying to say it smoothly, like you're reading it, okay? So I'm gonna cover it here, all right? The best gift I have ever received is a letter that I got from my sister when she was 2, okay? Right? So that's the idea of where you try to take a little bit of time to think about all the ideas inside the sentence and then say it. And it's always smoother, right? And it's totally fine to pause a little bit because it's an A-B comparison, right? A is where you pause a lot, right? And then compared to B, you pause first and then you deliver, right? Case B is going to be a little bit better, okay? All right, okay. Good, okay, all right, yes. Something to practice, but I know it's hard to do, right? Little by little.
The little girl about 2 years. The adorable card from my little young sister without the word in that card, just only simply line that look like her hug me, and however is I feel full of love. It's very special card for me until now. I keep it always beside me when I'm in bad time, bad feeling, or when I try for my work. I open the card and it seems he sent me hug like she like
Okay, so we have here number 2. He and she. Oh, sad face. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, what's going on here? I'm hearing like 2 videos playing. Oh, that's gonna be difficult. Okay, all right. Sorry, ladies. Okay. I'm trying to turn off the audio on my iPad, and that probably makes it a little harder. Just a moment. Okay, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Can you hear me okay? Yes, ladies? All right, okay, all right. So this one's a basic one, right? And don't feel bad, it's okay. Your little sister is a lady, right? So that's gonna be sure. This is one thing that the examiners will pay attention to a lot, right? They will pay attention to this and then they'll make a little checkbox, all right, on their little checklist, you know? And so the best strategy with this is to fix it and then move on, right? Don't keep going back, right? Just fix it and then move on. Cool? Right? Fix and move on. Fix and move on, move on.
okay.
Don't emphasize the mistake. Smiley face. All right, good. And then the third point here.
For my it's very special card for me until now. I keep it
It is a sentimental gift. Sentimental gift. Okay, so this is the third feedback point for you, late miss, is that the way that you can integrate these kinds of words is going to be where you put in sentimental here, right? It is the most sentimental gift I have ever received, right? And then you can upgrade your vocabulary. I like that you were trying to use more like bigger words as well, right? Like adorable instead of cute, right? And those are good efforts. I continue to do those things, right? It will be very helpful for you. Clear? Yes. Okay. Excellent. Good. All right. Moving on here. Here we go.
my work. I
To notice, right? And so you try to integrate very interesting, ladies. Right? And you're not too. Last but not least, go.
Okay, one idiom that I learned from you, good, better, best, never let it last, is make me think about my best gift.
Okay, all right. You guys get scared probably every time I do it. Okay, all right, here we go. Okay, Natita's improvement points. And this was this part here.
Oh, my best gift, that is my opportunity for my first, is make me think about.
All right, and this should this be it makes me think about or it made me think about? Both are correct, but which one do you want to use?
The second one.
Correct. All right. Yes, because I told you the quote in the past, right? And that's where you're. Yes. Okay. Good. All right. Excellent.
Oh, my best gift, that is my opportunity for my first job. There are two.
All right. Let's use a superlative. Research and strength knowledge. Superlatives. All right. And so here the example is going to be the biggest and best gift I have ever received is an opportunity, is a job opportunity. Okay. Wait. All right. Okay, so for you, young lady, it's going to be 2 parts for this one, all right? Or actually 3 parts for this one, all right? It's that for 5-10 minutes, right? Research the term superlative, right? Superlative, and then become familiar with using those regularly, right? That's going to be with like the biggest, the most important, the absolute best, right? The most wonderful, the smallest, the most incredible, right? Those are all superlatives. Incredibly useful in all of the speaking tests, right? And then just take some time to go through those, right? Only a few minutes, right? And then the sentence structure here, right? That's the second part, biggest and best, right? So this is a very native style of how you can paraphrase whenever they're giving you a question, right? Where you add 2 superlatives, right? Instead of just 1, okay? All right, Min, you would benefit from this as well, right? I think you would be good at this, right? Where you would say like, the biggest and most sentimental gift I have ever received is, right? And then we use this and, right? The other thing too is, for you, it's that use these 2 words together. This is a compound noun, right? Compound noun. And that's gonna be noun plus noun equals new idea, right? And that's like super useful whenever you're talking, right? Is that sometimes if you don't know exactly what the word is that you need, right? Try putting 2 nouns together and then it might work. Okay. All right. That's if you got nothing else. Clear? Yep. Okay. All right. Job opportunity. That's a good one. It's very common.
2 person that give this job, this opportunity.
Oh no, I found another one. Sorry. Oh, okay. All right. It's okay. It's okay. All right. We have 2 person versus 2 people. All right. And then this is also going to be good for your listening test too, Cup. Right. Yes. All right. And like, it's just, you know, getting in the practice of identifying singular and plural, Cup, right? Because in the listening test, like I said yesterday, is that if you miss the plural, they will mark your answer wrong, right? Unfortunately, all right? And then it's also a thing that the examiners pay quite a bit of attention to, right? Whenever they're going through this, okay? All right, very nice. All right, good. I think we covered all of everybody's answers. Yes, right? Okay, all right, good. Let's do a little bit of an icebreaker towards the end here now. All right. So go ahead and turn on your mic, ladies. All right, turn on your mic. All right, turn on your microphones. All right, good. Okay, all right. So let's do a little bit of reflection right now. Okay. All right, reflection. Reflection means just taking a little bit of time to look back at the class, thinking about giving yourself the answer, right? And then just tell me what you guys think. Okay? All right, and I'll go ahead and start, all right? As a reflection point today, I saw that you ladies took what I taught you and tried to integrate it the best that you could, and that made me feel really awesome, right? I do have a warning with this, right? The warning here is that don't try to do too much when you're there doing it, right? Just relax and go with what's natural, right? And hopefully all of your training will get it so that you'll be ready to go there, okay? This is this concept here. Okay, so ladies, competence. Competence means having the skill or the ability to do the job, right? And this is called a hierarchy of competence. This one here, unconscious incompetence, it means that you don't know you're bad, right? You don't know that it's not good. Pardon? Hello? Yes, did you say something? Anybody? Oh, okay, all right, never mind. Okay, and so the second level is going to be conscious incompetence. So that's where you know that you're wrong, right? And that's why I did the feedback points today, right? And showed some of the grammar errors, right? But don't take it too hard, it's very important. The next level here is going to be conscious competence. And so that means that you know you're doing well, but you still have to think about it, all right? And so this is where many people, when they're taking the test, they crowd their mind with everything that their teachers taught them, and then they start to freak out a little bit, right? So I'm telling you, don't do that, right? You're hoping and trusting that by the time you take the test, everything that you prepared is unconscious competence, right? And so the example is driving, right? Is that in unconscious incompetence, that's like a drunk driver. Or conscious incompetence, that's like a new driver who thinks they're not driving well. Conscious competence, they know they're driving well. Unconscious competence, you forgot that you were driving for 10 minutes. Okay, it's that you have mastered it so well that you don't have to think about it too much, right? So that's the stage you're trying to get to, right? Okay, cool. Who's next? Reflection points. How do you feel? Okay, all right.
I had learned a lot about my mistake and another person improvement point, so I can look back and practice more.
Cool, 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 cool. All right, and the only thing I'll add on to that is going to be the process is real, ladies, right? The process is really real. If you go like 3-4 times of answering prompts and recording yourself, right? By the time you're in the test with the examiner, it's not as hard. It really isn't. Okay, the process is real. Okay, all right, good. All right, reflection point. How do you feel?
My reflection for today is I find a lot of my mistake but I try to focus and try to practice a lot because everything that I think I maybe something I couldn't express or couldn't speak out. Maybe it's because I try to organize my word and forget to relax to speaking out loud, and I will practice more and get better in the next class.
Excellent. Yes, that is a very good reflection point. I also like the way you started your sentence, right? So that was good. What I noticed with you is that you also don't translate a lot. Like you already consciously try to form your thoughts in English, right? And so that's something all of you ladies should try to do, right? Is that the example here is if I ask you to do mathematics and you translate from English to Thai and Thai to English, it's always very slow, okay? But if I ask people with decent English to do mathematics in English, then it's always faster, right? And so that's the same concept of when you're giving your answer in English, okay? Try not to think in Thai too much. It's gonna slow you down, okay? All right, good. All right, what do you think? How's your reflection?
Um, I have a big problem of myself is I don't have any confidence and I don't even know how to relax myself when I have to speak English to many people. My brain is always blank when I have to speak out loud.
I know it's one of those like public speaking things, right? Right, public speaking things. What's one thing that helped me? I close my eyes. That helps me. I really do. Like, I mean, back in the day, they told me like when you're public speaking, you know, try to imagine everybody in their underwear. Right, that was one. That didn't work for me. The other one that they told me to was like, don't look at their eyes, look at their forehead right here. You know, and it makes you feel more comfortable. Right. That one kind of worked for me, but only in a room with like 50, 60 people or more. Right. The best thing that I found was I close my eyes and I limit the distraction. Right. Limit the distraction. Right. And so you're listening to what the person tells you. Right. And then you're not even looking at their face when you're speaking, you know, because something about reading their face sometimes makes you feel nervous. Right. And so yeah, just try to limit the distraction and like just close your eyes and talk, you know, or imagine if you have to. Okay. And that's one thing that's helped me a lot, especially when I'm nervous, right? Is that, you know, if I'm looking at them and them looking at me is making me feel uncomfortable, then I just, and then I talk. Okay. All right. And that helps. Good. Okay. All right. Reflection point. You have one? All right. We got to do 2 more.
Like other friends, I feel awkward and feel unconfident because this is my first time speaking class with you. But thank you for your advice for the, my improvement.
Come on.
Thank you for your
I'm happy to share. It's my job and I like helping Thai people. I really do. Right. There's a lot I can say on that. Okay. Jamie, feedback, reflection.
For me, I learned about my weakness and my mistake. I heard myself when I speak, and I know what should I improve. Yes, and I would like to thank you that your comment is very useful for me.
Kaboom. Right. My pleasure. Okay. Okay. I have a few more minutes and I will leave you with one last idea here. Okay. Don't you think it's weird that people all gave really negative reflections first? Right. Like this is one thing that I have noticed here is that nowadays people tend to see their weaknesses before they see their strengths. Okay. And I think that there's something fundamentally wrong with it, actually, right? It's because in real life, we do not succeed with our weaknesses, right? So why do we focus on them first, right? In real life, we succeed with our strengths. So we should always focus on those things first, right? But I understand it's natural, right? It's natural when somebody gives you an idea, asks you a reflection question, and you look back and you look at your mistakes, right? And I know that is natural. However, I would always prefer that if I give you feedback or if I ask for reflection points, you always start with something positive first and then go with an improvement point, right? Because I never say this is good and this is bad. I never say that. I say this was really great and these are things to improve, right? And it's all about perspective. It's very important, okay? The other last thing I'll say too is this, is that in this world, people generally have 2 different kinds of relationships with themselves when it comes to learning, right? One relationship is the master and the slave, right? And so the master is the one who knows what to do all the time, right? Superman pose. No, okay, all right. The master is the one that always tells what to do, and the slave is the one that like kind of wants to be lazy sometimes, right? And so this relationship where the master is always telling the slave what to do is not a productive relationship. Okay. And so what you want to change it to is that you are responsible for helping yourself, right? Like your little sister. Okay. And once you start to train yourself in this way, even for the IELTS, right? Everything will start to get easier, right? So like an example thought process was, oh my God, my grammar was bad in the first 3 seconds of my video, right? That would be a wrong perspective, right? The correct perspective would be, oh my God, I killed the answer and I gave it, I did okay for like 90 seconds. And now I just need to fix this one part. All right. And like, that's a much better perspective. Okay. All right. Sounds good, ladies. Okay. All right. I hope I have another class with you again someday soon. Right. I'm available for questions. If you want to take the mock test with us, just text us and be proactive. Okay. All right. Just remember, speaking with lots of people, speaking with random people, it's good for you, Kev. Okay. It's super good for you. All right. Okay. All right. Have a wonderful day, ladies. All right. I got to go run to my next class. Sadikev. All right. Have a wonderful day. Good luck. All right. Good luck. If you want to call me before you take your test, call me. And if I'm not busy, I will talk to you. Okay. All right. Good. See you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.